Have you ever seen this trick? How about this one?
Backflip Alice for the fans.
You've seen this one.
Dude, hold on. I'm probably gonna yap a lot, so if you just wanted to watch the video, you're probably better off watching it on your own. But whenever things come up, they're gonna yap.
Or maybe...
Does this not look like legit as fuck?
This one.
This clip through the wall? Dude, I was
what
so...
about all of these tricks?
I was popping off when I did some of these things.
If you've never seen these tricks, it's because you've never
I do sound like the narrator in this video. I've gotten that a couple times. What do you mean it is real? No, it's real, but we had to do recreations to get the footage. Like some of that stuff.
The name JJ902 from
like sometimes in these documentaries, you got to recreate stuff.
2011. Because you've never watched JJ902. Some of you may recognize the name JJ902 from the famous choke at GDQ 2011. You know, the incident where that runner said he could only play on his own
Fix my webcam a little.
Okay. Now, it wasn't that unusual for a player to feel superstitious about their gear, just like Kevin Garnett in the movie Uncut Gems, who feels superstitious about a black opal because it brings him luck. But to this extent, why was the best player in the...
Dude, I love the black opal Kevin Garnett thing. I don't want to ruin the creative process for you a little bit, but you can imagine that got inserted far later than earlier.
The world failing trick after trick.
What is that triple jump? Oh, the JJ triple.
The best player in the world failing trick.
Yeah, it uses a storage. Well, they'll explain it.
After trick.
I'm just not feeling good today. I don't know.
This is the incident that spurred a community-wide investigation, led to the creation of the Speedrun Fair Play Committee, and would ultimately uncover one of the deepest yet subtle advantages that a player could use to become #1.
Jake said the moment Nolan's voice came up, they fucking lost it. That's not Nolan's voice, dude. That's JJ.
It all began in 2009 when JJ902 gets home from school one day and starts his very first Super Mario 64 stream on Justin TV.
He looks so funny.
He wanted to try his hands at 100%ing the game, something he had never done when he was younger.
I've actually never done this before. Not even.
He looks so funny.
Someone in his chat recognized that he his hands at 100%ing the game, something he had never done when he was younger.
I've actually never done this before. Not even when I was younger.
Someone in his chat recognized that he seemed like a natural at the game and told him about speedrunning. This unlocked a brand new world.
Please don't ban me like last time, but isn't this your video? Yeah, this is my video. I'm showing it off. It's like show and tell today.
Spend months mastering the game. A kind, welcoming community that would
Yo, does anyone recognize this clip?
Had led him into a rabbit hole where people just like him would spend months mastering the game. A kind, welcoming community that would happily teach new players everything they needed to know.
Anyone recognize that epic Clint Stevens clip? If you know, you know.
Now, his first speedrun was just okay. He didn't exactly seem confident.
Yeah, what's up, Nolan? Welcome, bro.
But he still managed to
I don't know if you've been here, but what's up?
Neat tricks.
I got it. I got the trick.
You sadly don't recognize the Clint Stevens clip? Do I give context for that one? It's not exactly the nicest clip. Alright, I won't give context for it, but I will give you some sort of hints.
Months mastering the game.
Alright. Maybe you can read his lips at the very least.
A rabbit hole where people just like him would spend months mastering the game. A kind, welcoming community that would happily teach new players everything they needed.
I don't know if everyone's good at reading lips. I already know what he says.
Spent as a frame walk, but because he didn't successfully pull off the trick, everyone just assumed.
Carl, ask me later. I'll send you the video. I feel it's bad form to stream the source material.
General movement and prove his consistency, and actually himself become a mentor for new people in the community looking to learn new tricks. Kind of a beautiful relationship. Everyone welcomed him with open arms. He continued to grind and practice until he was one of the players that could teach everyone else. And when it came to JJ902 and his new discoveries, there were many.
You also get a DM in the
One
video.
Of his signature moves would later be called the
Bro, someone just
JJ
posted in chat, that isn't me.
A trick in tall
I just don't want to scream
which
it.
quickly gathered interest amongst the top players at the time. How do you think he explained this trick?
It is a cultural classic,
I'm not
though.
joking. He said you would want to hold the degrees x125, y-45 on your joystick, and that if you were holding that position, it would work automatically, proving that he looked at the game entirely different. This wasn't advice that other players could really wrap their head around. He was just that good. And of course there's the JJ slide kick, which he would use at the
I love the
many
JJ slide
stages
kick. It's
for
so
unique
fast.
acceleration that most people couldn't replicate. In fact, most people to this day still use long jump. And he'd even smooth out that frame walk trick to skip the cannon in Jolly
Prove
Roger
it's not
Bay,
real.
which, thinking back, it's
No.
crazy that he attempted
It's a
this in his
lose-lose
first run
situation.
ever. People just kind of got used to the feeling of not being able to do.
Cannon just said
what
only
he
real
was
ones know
doing
about
in his
Angle 86. Cannon's actually pretty good at Mario 64, so it's good having some experts in chat too.
game. He would go well out of his way to try and train people and teach them and create tutorials.
So I got a message about the JJ triple, and I guess people are calling it that now.
Wait, hold on. I glossed over one of my favorite things.
Got used to that he had trick. In fact, most people to this day still use long jump. And
This
he'd
is one of
even
my
smooth
all-time
out that
favorite lines in the
frame
whole
walk.
video.
In fact, most people to this day still use long jump. And he'd even smooth out tutorials. He would go well out of his way to try and train people and teach them and create tutorials.
So I got a message about the JJ triple, and
I know, Dance. He
I
actually
guess
didn't
people
even
are
do a
calling it
voice.
that now.
But no matter how many people in the community would give it a
Real
go,
voice.
it seemed to be that a lot of these tricks were just JJ902 exclusives. Which you might be thinking, that's pretty suspicious, except he was making revelations.
You took the video seriously earlier? I mean, it's a series of videos,
teaching
Sydney.
the community tricks they had never seen before, so it was pretty hard to scrutinize the ones that otherwise seemed impossible. Okay, so let's get into some of these impossible tricks. The Tall Mountain Upwarp, a freak occurrence that immediately let him skip the beginning of the stage. This one actually garnered a lot of media attention, with one of the leading theories being that someone in his house must have turned on a microwave as soon as the stage loaded. There was the clip in Peach's slide, which he said wasn't worth it after demonstrating just how powerful it was. And that one time he claimed to be able to skip the intro of the game, and that he
The
would
TTM
only
transition's so
bust it
smooth.
out one
Yeah,
day
that's
when he
crazy.
was ready. While most of these impossible tricks kind of flew under the radar,
There's so much
his
going on
claim
in
to
this
be
video
able
in
to
terms of
beat the
text.
game without the second key was just a little
Like,
kind of flew under
this
the
isn't the
radar.
best example
His
of
claim
it, but this website is awesome.
to be able to beat the game without
MySpace
the
and Justin
second
TV
key was
links.
just a little bit too much. And after going viral among several
Was this a you or a
speedrunning
Nolan
communities,
idea?
being showcased in a popular YouTuber's
Almost every idea, like in terms of the voiceover and where the direction went, was mine. But like all the visual bits and stuff are mostly things that like Matt came up with if I didn't have instruction for.
And after going viral among several speedrunning communities, being showcased in a popular YouTuber's video,
This was hella my idea.
Now, take a picture of that mother.
he was offered an all-expenses-paid vacation experience to go to GDQ in 2011 and ensure his title as one of the greatest runners in the world. However, despite such a life-changing
Nolan did like all the
opportunity,
musical choices, the pacing and stuff, like making it feel lively.
he declined. It was already unusual for GDQ to offer such a generous opportunity.
Dude,
But-
this is one of the funniest fucking things. Matt just showed us this.
Changing an opportunity. He
This
declined.
is so funny.
It was already unusual for GDQ
That's
to
gotta
offer
be one
such
of
a
the best
generous
ones.
opportunity. But after his refusal to showcase the trick live, they even offered him money. Combined with pressure from his friends, the community, and even his parents, he could
Like these things that get
money.
glossed over in
Combined
1
with
second.
pressure from his friends, the community,
Like this is on screen for like no time at all. It was all just bullshit.
and even his parents, he could not say no. He would be going to sunny Wisconsin
The
to speedrun
parents, yeah.
Super Mario 64, no key, any percent, creating the guarantee that as long as he finished the run, it would be a world record, a world's first, and the excitement could not be more palpable.
Ugh, love this song, bro.
Fast forward a couple of months, and JJ902 is scheduled to run at the absolute
Damn, this is a banger schedule. Galaxy 2 by a guy named Arrow. wait, Cody Miller? Is that the fucking guy? Wait. Wait, is that the fucking Halo guy? Right? That's
absolute primetime slot.
I did not realize that.
6 p.m. This was especially important. Absolute primetime slot. Thursday at 6 p.m. This was especially important because GDQ
dude,
would
what?
no longer need to share the room with the Wisconsin EDM Festival, giving JJ902 the focus he would need during his run. Now to everyone at home, things seemed perfectly fine. But word was getting around the venue that JJ was acting a bit
Is
unusual.
the jump guy in this?
People were saying that in the hotel room he would play with the...
You talking about Chibi? Sorry, I'm rewinding a lot.
Now to everyone at home, things seemed perfectly fine. But word was getting around the venue that JJ was acting a bit unusual. People were saying that in the hotel room he would play with extreme confidence and skill at one time, but then seemed like he was a complete noob at others. Don't get me wrong though, he was perfectly adequate at the majority of the game. There's no questioning that this player was good, but he wasn't going for any of the tricks that made him stand out from the rest of the crowd. He'd go from being the life of the party in his room to almost seeming afraid at the venue to really play the game at all. Now what I'm about to tell you has never been
It is
officially
literally from the
confirmed.
tag.
The story as we know it is that 3 to 4 hours before his run, JJ requested if he could swap the cartridge for the one that he used as a kid. He told the staff member a story about how it would mean the world to him and that he would frame the cartridge afterwards on the wall. Really sold him a sob story. The reason this is important is because up to this time, JJ902 never told anyone at the venue that due to his pay...
Dude, how many people when they watch this? I know a good amount of you watched it before now, but is anyone listening to this shit? Like I said this stuff and I have no idea what the fuck this guy's talking about.
JJ requested if he could swap
During
the
this part
cartridge for
anyway.
the one that he used as a kid. He told the staff member a story about how it would mean the world to him and that he would frame the cartridge afterwards on the wall. Really sold him a sob story. The reason this is important is because up to this time, JJ902 never told anyone at the venue that
That's
due
why
to
it's
his
awesome.
pay
Dude, it's
arrangement
hard to
with
active
GDQ
listen.
and the overlap with Guinness World Records, JJ902 was only allowed to play with a championship edition of Mario 64. Which is one of the rarer ones provided by Guinness. This was unusual, as the majority of people who come to participate in these marathons bring their own controllers, games, you name it. Just like Kevin Garnett in the movie Uncut Gems, who feels superstitious about a black opal because it brings him luck. But this one had...
You have no idea how fucked up it is to just have your own voice in the back of your head for like weeks saying, just like Kevin Garnett from the movie Uncut Gems. You lost your shit at this part. Dude.
ones provided by Guinness. This was
We were several versions in this video deep before
unusual,
inserting the
as majority
second,
of
just like
people who
Kevin
come to
Garnett.
participate in these marathons bring their own controllers, games, you name it. Just like Kevin Garnett in the movie Uncut Gems, who feels superstitious about a black opal.
Now you don't know what you're
because it
talking about,
brings
Red
him luck.
Penguin.
But this one had to be by the book. Nonetheless, supposedly he was able to convince GDQ staff to make a swap of the cartridge, played it off as a harmless and sentimental thing, and was primed to begin his run using an unofficial copy of the game. Almost immediately, everyone noticed that JJ seemed more comfortable and relaxed. He was easier to approach, easier to engage with, and carried himself in a way that inspired others. His closest friends and fellow runners would gather around the couch to watch history in the making. JJ begins his
Don't
run,
forget to add
mashes
another
the
one
start button to
the
skip
next
to
time you
the
do one of
intro.
these. You're talking about on a separate video, add a this is just like Kevin Garnett. Yeah, no, I think you're right.
And you
I don't
see
even think it
his
should be
demeanor
revoiced or
change
anything.
Entirely. He looks like he's seen a ghost, but shakes it off and starts talking about the trick he discovered.
First time we'll ever see this run. You don't even need to kill Bowser.
Intro ends, he goes through
Oh,
the
wait.
text
I gotta
and
show you guys a message I got today related to this video. Oh, it's so good. Here, I'll let it play while I look
the
for it.
bridge text skip. You see, there's normally a Lakitu on the bridge that talks to Mario and gives him a bit of an introduction to the game. By landing on the very edge of the bridge, JJ902 was able to completely skip the important message that was waiting for him, and with everything else out of the way, he begins going for the key to skip. Now this is where things get interesting. You see, this is actually a trick that no one has seen live, partly due to...
Alright, hold on. I got this picture today from the homie. Or this message, I should say. Did I just watch an... I don't know why he's calling it fake, but... Did I just watch an entire fake history video about... I don't know why he's saying I made him up, but... Did I just watch an entire fake history video about some guy he made up? I just told him it depends, because obviously he could have watched any video today. It could have been my video. It could have been somebody else's. But yeah, I just thought that was cool.
Its complexity, but also because JJ enjoyed his position as the only one who knew the secrets of the game. But luckily we had seen it in his concept runs. While the channel no longer exists, it can still be seen on the Wayback Machine called Uncommentated JJ. He would often upload unbelievable concepts and explain how they worked through text.
That channel was so cool.
For people to see these videos, try it out, and then give up after a while because they weren't quite able to handle the precision JJ had. But this trick was different. On his YouTube channel, all we saw was the end result a few months ago. So the excitement from the crowd was palpable. The video didn't explain anything, but showed him going from the lobby door, walking over to Toad, and storing both an angle and interaction value.
JJ,
for those of you familiar with Ocarina of Time speedruns, you'll have seen something similar in the SRM glitch, where by standing in front of a chest, you can store Link's interact value, and then keeping that value so that you can activate.
This is all real, by the way. Everything that I'm saying here about Ocarina of Time is 100% real.
Looks and sounds
Did some
nervous
deep
as he mutters
research
through his explanation. It's almost as if he's bipolar.
I don't know what it is. I just go from manic to depressed on a dime.
And then he approaches a door which he claims is meant to open. It doesn't open at all. Now, do you remember when I said it seemed like he saw a ghost? The ghost he saw was the Championship Edition of Super Mario 64,
I gotta get one of these.
provided by Guinness, sitting atop his Nintendo 64. Whatever trick he may have had up his sleeve seemed to no longer be on the table, and yet his attitude seemed more confident. Don't get me wrong, because at first he seems very shocked and surprised, but then he smiles and nods his head and says, yeah, I don't know why that happens sometimes. And then something kind of magical happens. We see him growing more confident, speaking more loudly.
How does the narrator even know this?
More and more into
Dude.
detail. Those who had their doubts originally.
Whenever I watch a video essay, for every 100 I watch, there's probably one, maybe two, where I actually know the material going in before I start watching it. Every single time, they just make shit up. They add in so many extra details, dude, or assumptions, or just like direct connections that aren't true. The narrator knows more than anyone.
Something smiles and nods his head and says, yeah, more confident, speaking more loudly, going more and more into detail. Those who had their doubts originally actually started to believe. He's telling stories about how he found the trick, and everyone is absolutely enthralled. He's the life of the party.
He's serious
Except
electric
on the
fortunes.
TV
It's
screen,
ridiculous.
He fails the trick again, and again, and again. His ability to work a crowd was nothing short of magical. Each failed attempt would be met with applause and excitement because everyone was sure more and more that the next attempt was going to be the successful one. Everyone was stoked. But wait, GDQ staff wasn't happy, Twitch staff wasn't happy, and you better believe Guinness staff wasn't happy either.
I saw some comments earlier before I started streaming. There's a good handful of people who are like upset we used AI on this video. Bro.
Because everyone was sure
There is no AI. I can promise you. Matt did not spend all that time slaving away to be called the AI
You
to.
better believe Guinness staff wasn't happy either. You see, we're 20 minutes into a 10-minute estimate speedrun.
I gotta quash the
nothing has
rumors.
happened. And while the vibes
Matt-
may have been good,
Matt did God's work
something
here.
entirely different was brewing online. Controversy and disbelief amongst the Mario 64 community was full speed ahead. The Skype groups were all posting memes and screen recording of JJ failing, pointing out things that he said that weren't accurate.
Bro, there's so much fucking going on here. This ugly son of a bitch is running super hot games.
And people on Twitter and Reddit were going crazy. They were asking, yo, what the f is wrong with JJ? And why does he keep saying, let that sink in?
Oof, let that sink in. Oof, let that sink in.
Gotta be one of the best parts of the video right
Let
here.
that sink in.
But it wasn't just the viewers of the community. You see, many prominent members of the community were straight up declaring their skepticism with no delay. But it would be quite
Dude, Not that anyone needed any convincing, but I promise you that whatever tweet Siglemic was making back then, the profile pictures attached to it would not look anything like this or real human beings. It would all be like Mario characters, anime characters, random fucking photos.
Community were straight up declaring their skepticism with no delay. But it would be quite some time before JJ902 realized any of this was going on, and that there was a team back home assembling to dissect
Oh yeah, the egg
all of
pictures
his
back then. I
videos,
forgot about that.
live streams, and claims. Now let's get back to the GDQ run. Despite failing to do the key 2 skip over and over again, he remains confident. He seems relaxed, he's cracking jokes, and everyone is having a great time. Minute 25 strikes, and you hear from the announcer's desk.
Hey guys, it looks like we might have to cut this one short.
The developer of Mojang was scheduled to participate in the Minecraft beta speedrun commentary.
Do you think you'd ever sell Minecraft?
No, absolutely not.
But JJ says, wait,
Bro, I'm so fucking proud of that joke. That I gotta take full credit for that one. That was all me. That's Matt who voiced it. Dude, I am so fucking proud of this joke. It came together so good.
of Mojang was scheduled to participate in the Minecraft beta speedrun commentary.
Do you think you'd ever sell Minecraft?
No, absolutely not.
But JJ said, wait, give me just one more try. I swear this is it.
Matt's really good at voice
You
acting.
just gotta let me try.
And
He's done a good amount of
surprisingly
professional
enough,
work
the
as
staff
well.
allows him one final try.
It's kind of what he does.
Yay!
He stores his angle at the toad. He sets his interaction flag, and he begins moving his way back to the door. Everyone is on the edge of their seats. And then Mario began to slide out of his angle and instead interact with the door as if it were the toad dialogue. JJ902 quickly cleared the dialogue, overlapping the 2 interactions, and Mario
History.
walked right on in. Everyone went crazy. For the first time ever, during a live event, JJ902 was able to... Nah, I'm just kidding. But see, that's what was supposed to happen, as shown in the video he uploaded. What really happened was another failed attempt, and they begin wrapping up. You see, from the perspective of JJ902...
Dude, this fucking video is just... It's this, just kidding. It's this, just kidding. It's this, just kidding. The whole fucking time for
everything is
20
gone
minutes.
Perfectly fine. Maybe he didn't get the trick he wanted to, and maybe he didn't set the Guinness World Record. But to him, this is about as good as everything could go. Back home, the community was abuzz.
God.
If you tuned into any Mario 64 livestream, you'd see clear as day both people defending JJ902, saying that he was just
Todd Howard's
nervous,
talking.
unable to perform
That's good
in
intel,
front
thank
of a
you.
crowd, and many other people relentlessly dragging him and saying this was complete proof that he had been living a lie. But deeper than that, 4 of the most technical minds came together to create a task force dedicated to dissecting the JJ902 archive. This team consisted of Dreamkiller 5, Jace the Wallet Base, Dildo 2012, and High on Sin 24/7. While they
Dude. I don't know about the first one because I can't remember.
this team consisted of Dreamkiller
But
5, Jace,
these are all based on random fucking people who were around back
the
then.
Wallet Base, Dildo 2012, and
These are like these are such deep cuts that only a handful of people would reasonably be like, oh yeah, okay.
Dreamkiller 5, Jace the Wallet Base.
You saw a comment about someone genuinely upset about Jace being dead. I think I saw that too. Hold on, let me see. I think Network sent it to me this morning. Let me pull that up. Dude. You shouldn't laugh because obviously it's not even funny. So laughing at something like this, it really just speaks volumes about my character. Anyway, Jesus fucking Christ! Someone died at the age 22 of 23 in this story. That's so depressing. I mean, it's not something I should laugh about. That's just messed up.
Dildo 2012 and High on Sin 24/7.
Okay, High on Sin 24/7. Cinema, dude. Some people will see that and just be like, holy shit, that's one of the craziest jokes of all time. But up to most people will probably not recognize that name. But this is Hyacinth27, who literally used to have virtual console world record for like a very brief period of time. Shoutouts to this very old legend.
7.
The other ones are also references to real people, but it doesn't matter as much. I would say Hyacinth was more, everyone knew who he
They
was.
didn't create this task force for notoriety. They would later largely be known as the Bully Hunters. They kept their efforts a secret as the weeks would go by, and during this time, JJ902 was mostly inactive. You see, he would still occasionally play the game and run a live stream of attempts, but it became pretty clear just how much people coming in and asking him what went wrong that day would really bother him. In fact, it bothered him so much that on November 19th, 2011, he uploaded a video titled, "I'm Taking a Break," in which he talked about—
Hold on, Matt just sprinkles and stuff. 190,000 view video. Yeah, probably make that break indefinite, buddy.
what went wrong that day and admitted to everyone that he intentionally didn't do the trick at GDQ because it would, quote, ruin the hobby of speedrunning forever.
Sorry, my dog's barking. This would literally ruin my speedrunning hobby forever.
Seriously? Ruin the hobby?
I saw someone comment something along the lines of like, right around the dog barking is when I got suspicious. I can't remember if they came in the chat and said it yesterday or if it was something I read, but
ridiculed for saying this.
we're 15 minutes deep.
Almost everyone. There were large groups of people who
They said it in
didn't care about
chat?
the run
Okay,
and just
okay,
wanted
yeah,
to see JJ doing what he did best. There were people who believed that the trick never
Suspicious
existed
about what?
and would celebrate
Like whether or
him
not
being
JJ was
listened.
cheating.
But you know who this upset the most? The Bully Hunters. After several months of working in the background, they would announce their beliefs that JJ902 was a fraud, that many of the tricks published were strictly impossible, and declared that for these tricks to have ever been possible, he'd had to have been playing on a modified version of the game. Which, keep in mind, almost nobody but Guinness and GDQ staff were aware that he was required to use a championship copy of Mario 64.
You guys on that sour green apple
piece of
grind?
data that they would point to came from a manual manipulation of memory in Tick-Tock Clock. By changing a single value, Mario's position would cause him to teleport all the way to the top.
I saw someone leave a pretty deranged comment about how I was really petty for doing this and like that I was trashing the reputation of the guy, but I think that guy had to believe that
Top of the stage.
JJ902 and Dota Teabag are the same guy, because
But JJ902
Dota Teabag is not mentioned a single time in this video.
had a video of him doing this and explained it as a particle leap, and said it was only inconsistent because Mario's degree had to be exactly between 85 and 87. This was known as angle 86, a degree that overlapped with a rounding discrepancy which often confused the game's directional instructions, putting Mario in a random location. Even JJ902 wasn't sure why it didn't work sometimes, just that he knew why it did work sometimes. Sounds plausible, right? Well, even as I sit here typing it, it sounds real to me.
You're a total douchebag for shitting on
24/7
JJ.
insisted that this was a result of a manipulated code variable. In his video titled Proof JJ902 Fakes His Footage, which by the way amassed over 1.1 million views in less than
I just gotta pause it to laugh at the true fucking absurdity.
a week before being taken down from a DMCA request on the basis that it contained no factual evidence and was only meant to assassinate my character, and when High on Sin 24/7 accidentally stumbled upon the exact value to change to have the exact result JJ902 had, people started looking at things a bit differently. High on Sin demonstrated this discrepancy and even said, if anyone can prove me wrong, anyone at all, I'll pay them $1,000. This unfortunately never happened.
I also hear myself saying, anyone at all, rent-free during the time we're making
You can
this.
still find old videos from many years ago of people trying to replicate this glitch and failing. Now, what was JJ's response to all of this? Nothing. In 2011, gaming news and scandals like this were rare, but this was big enough to land and be published by Kotaku, pushing the controversy to the larger online communities. Because of the Bully Hunters gaining so much attention, this pointed out a noticeable gap in the way the speedrun communities validated claims, which would then lead to the creation of the Speedrun Fair Play Committee. The Speedrun Fair Play Committee was founded by some guy named Felix Schellberg, and they consisted of technical experts.
That mean anything to anybody? That name ring a bell to anybody?
Claims, which would then lead to the creation of the Speedrun Fair Play Committee. The Speedrun Fair Play Committee was founded by some guy named Felix Schellberg, and they consisted of technical experts who could analyze claims submitted to them from various gaming communities. These technical experts consisted of, never mind, they're anonymous experts. And while they stated in their policies that it's not a story until we've heard both sides, JJ's silence was starting to echo certainty amongst the doubters. And it would seem like the story concludes there, with no one ever getting an answer, and a general consensus that he was a guy highly skilled at the game who couldn't resist lying and cheating for fame. But what if he was never cheating? One day, small Twitch streamer Funny Roblox 234 is streaming Super Mario 64. This guy was not a speedrunner. He wasn't doing any speedrun tricks.
Nolan said, I saw someone who just bought that PewDiePie made it. Like, they just took it at face value. That's cool. Yeah, that Felix Spielberg, whatever I said, is PewDiePie's real name.
This guy was not a speedrunner. He wasn't doing any speedrun tricks, and he didn't have 0 stars. He had 11 of them. Now watch. He stores his angle at the toad, accidentally, just by talking to him. He unintentionally stores an interaction value. And then he literally spams buttons and backflips across the lobby while reading chat, all before pressing A to jump away from the door. And this happens. What? Mario slides out of his angle in front of the door and interacts with the door as if it was the toad's dialogue.
Dude, I make myself laugh.
He then enters the upstairs area. And Funny Roblox doesn't even realize he just created
recording this on the new Twitch UI.
If not for one of the viewers clipping this and posting it online asking, has anyone ever seen this before? WTF is going on? Maybe we never even would have known about this. Clip goes semi-viral and the race is on. The tools available for studying the game are much better than they were in 2011, and the smartest minds from the community were on the case. And they would definitely uncover the truth behind these deeper game
That's what we always said, Digital Vortex. The further you go into the video, the more you're allowed to get away with.
For the first time in nearly 13 years, JJ902 has uploaded a video. The title of the video, The Hold L Glitch. JJ902 starts the video greeting everyone, wishing them well, and apologizing for never speaking up sooner.
Do you guys like the saturation on the screen? It didn't make it look more believable. It wasn't necessary to get things done. I simply asked Matt to just make it look like shit for no reason.
He explains that he saw the video making the rounds of Funny Roblox entering the door and decided now was the time to tell the truth. In 2011,
it just felt right.
Experimenting and manipulating game code, he realized that only a single flag determined whether or not the door could be opened, and that it was likely a manipulatable variable. He admits that he didn't fail to do the trick on purpose at GDQ, but rather that they had him playing on a Championship Edition cartridge. This made sense to almost everyone.
It is what they do. I don't know why they just saturate the shit out of things like that. Like everyone's like, well, I've been gone for 6 years, so I'm gonna make sure it's 485 degrees outside. I'm gonna point the camera directly at the window, and let's get into it.
As many glitches Championship Edition cartridge. This made sense to almost everyone, as many glitches in the game do not work on the later versions. So why didn't JJ flag?
This made sense to almost everyone.
He realized that only a single flag determined whether or not the door could be opened, and that it was likely a manipulatable variable. He admits that he didn't fail to do the trick on purpose at GDQ, but rather that they had him playing on a Championship Edition cartridge. This made sense to almost everyone, as many glitches in the game do not work on the later versions. So why didn't JJ902 want to admit this back in the day? He then goes on to explain that while he wasn't lying about this, he did have a lot of unfair advantages. He explained that on his version of the game, Mario's acceleration was
Everyone's like, oh!
Influenced by the D-pad, and if he told people that he was forced to use another cartridge, people would dig deeper and find out the truth. And that it would be easier to be ridiculed online than it would have been to give Guinness back the money they paid him. He then drops the bomb that has changed all of Mario 64 speedrunning, even to this day. The missing piece of the puzzle. The Hold L Glitch.
Such good music for this.
Similar to the Hold R glitch in Ocarina of Time, the door is coded to check if the byte at Mario's instance is storing 0x0c, which represents the flag for the key. When holding L, instead of the door performing the check once, the door then instead tries to
The Hold R
perform
glitch
this
is
check on
real,
every
by the way.
frame.
This entire explanation is I found a fucking old Reddit post paste bin explanation of how the new glitch works, and this OX0C thing is like all relevant to the Hold R glitch.
0C, which represents the flag for the key. When holding L, instead of the door
Everything uttered about Ocarina of Time is like 100% factual as fuck. Like that's where all the research went.
performing the check once, the door then instead tries to perform this check on every frame. And as Mario slides away from the exact angle, Toad is moved to angle 86. During one of the frames, the game checks for 0x, 0c, and with only one frame needing to be legitimate, Mario is allowed to enter the door. JJ intentionally never held L at GDQ and never told the community about the power of delaying interactions to its fullest. And abruptly, out of nowhere, he ends the video by saying, well, fuck you guys.
I'm a lawyer anyways now. Let that sink in.
And we haven't really heard from him since.
Yo. So basically no one in the entire world would have seen this ending coming, right? Perfect. Yeah. Damn, there's hella. Dude, Wavy Web Surf commented on this 20 hours ago. You know for a fact, well, actually not for a fact, but I have to assume I have to assume he was like coming in to see something real. So much XQC reacts and recommended. Dude, yeah, I'll just be on screen share playing RuneScape and watching some XQC React content at the same time, like all the time. My front page is so much XQC React stuff. Yeah, GG. I'm gonna look at some of the newer comments. Hey, let me move this out of the way. Let's put this over here for a second. Dude, there's still so many people jumping on with comments like these. I love that. I definitely hope people like randomly react to this. They just like see it as something that they're gonna react to. They have no idea, or like maybe a stream viewer gets some other streamer to get it. I also think other people making JJ902 documentaries could be really cool too. It'd be pretty good. Yeah, canon. That would be ideal. We gotta make XQC watch it. Dude, if XQC watches it, that would literally be the funniest thing in the entire world. I don't know how anyone's pulling that one off. I certainly don't have the means for that one, but... Oh, this is still going on? Is this live? It is live. The pop-out thing doesn't have the live button on it. It's still going, yeah, it really is. Alright. GG's. That's our little react portion. Go back to Mario Maker for a bit. Wait, guys, I didn't put you on to, like, real. I found a new game on the Switch. Let me change my title. Alright, let's go back. Super Mario 64 category. I mean, Mario Maker. This can go back to being up here. This can go back to being here. Alright. Guys, I never told you about drifties. Hold on, let me make sure I'm not losing anything here. Okay. I never showed you guys drifties. It's not quite as cool as Car Quest 2, or Car Quest, I think. But it's different. You can see the novel. Is it like Car Quest? I wish. I only did one stage. Alright guys, you can give the honest, real impression of how you feel about this. It's not like I made it. Shit. I was trying to change my camera. Did I pay money for this? I think I paid probably like some amount of money for this, yeah. I mean, it's a card game. You're gonna obviously see a card game, you're gonna buy it on the Switch. Look, isn't this kind of cool? Look, I'm schmoovin'. Like, I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. This looks fun to play for the rest of the stream. Let me start over. This is a Roblox game, man? Really? Roblox is actually fun as fuck like this? Look, I got the sick ass lines. What the hell? I'm flying! I got stupid shit like this? Damn, I had no idea. Oh. It's sad. What game we playing? This is Drifties. Very competitive race game everyone's been playing lately. If you spam Y, do you go forward? I'll check next time I make a mistake, because I don't really see myself messing up again. Airborne? I'm literally flying. No, you don't go forward. I feel like I've done a bad job showing off that this is actually a sick game. Okay, but no one can make that turn, let's be real. This game fucking blows. Hold on, let me try one more time. Let me try a different camera. That's the problem, I couldn't see where I was going. Seeing where you're going is a problem. You just gotta feel the car. What? No, I looked at chat. I'm catching this, yeah. I actually locked in. No, bro. Okay, I wall kicked. Just make a stop. Why are my skid marks up there? Game Awards update, everyone's leaving. Is it actually like ending? There was nothing? Wait, it teleported me back when I missed that turn? That's why I saw skid marks? Alright, I'll catch up. I just gotta go sicko mode. Don't do it. Live, bro. Choose life. I'm not gonna catch up, am I? Did I fucking master the... You know what? I'll come back to that. This game or Hair Mower for 4 hours? Hair Mower doesn't even have 4 hours of content, but I could actually play Drifties for like 2 hours.